Welcome to Bowling Green, Kentucky, home of Big Red and the Hilltoppers of Western Kentucky. We're expecting a full house, and they are more than ready to get things started. And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. As we'll see a team coming off a crucial bye week, the Florida Gators. Taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. The Hilltoppers will kick it away to start us off. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So the Florida Gators offense takes the field to start this game off. And here he is, one of the best receivers in the game, and he just commands attention, both from the defense and from the fans.
Yeah, he's a guy you got to keep your eye on, and you're going to see him line up all over the field in this game. He can play in the slot, he can play out wide, he can run the entire gamut in the route tree as well. Really nothing this guy can't do.
Yeah, I tell you what, when you start a game in the first quarter and you show me I will run my quarterback like you did here, it makes me defend the whole field. It makes me a lot more nervous. You can tell this quarterback will be a threat throughout.
Looking to take a shot. Snags it. Touchdown, Gator. And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He'll start the return inside his 5. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. So Western Kentucky's offense will take the field for the first time. Both of these defenses, David, anchored by star middle backers.
I mean, they're just stars right in the middle of the defense. You'll see them go sideline to sideline, and they will make plays all over the field.
Yeah, these guys are the heart and souls of their defense. They're the leaders. Everybody looks up to them. They're constant.
And the ball is out. Who's going to get it? And the defense snatches it, and they're trying to flip the field.
Man, and it was just the impact of the hit that dislodged the football from the ball carrier. There was a heat-seeking missile coming in there, and he knocked that thing loose.
They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go.
Hold it, open.
We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. And how about this? You get to start a drive with a first and goal. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Florida.
The Gators have it with a first and goal. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive.
Hey, if you're the defensive coordinator, you might want to start thinking about spying this QB because of his speed and athleticism. He just showed you how he can hurt you getting out on the perimeter and then throwing. If you've got somebody athletic that can go sideline to sideline, that might be a good move.
And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
Quarterback now has to make sure his guys are dialed in. You can't make any more mistakes. Giving up a negative play on second down by the goal line, you've got to be really smart with this football.
And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Florida! Well, just as you would expect, that didn't take very long.
It didn't, Reese, and you've got to make great field position count. When you've got opportunities, you got to pay it off. And the offense took advantage, scoring a touchdown. Didn't have far to go, but they got the points they needed.
And the extra point makes it 14-0. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And it was capped off with the 8-yard run.
Western Kentucky, 0.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. Here comes the Western Kentucky offense back onto the field. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than turnovers. You turn the football over, they turn it into points. Jesse, that is not a recipe for success.
Good news, though, they get another chance, right? They can make amends with this drive right here. That's all that's important. You've got to execute and you've got to lock in.
He wants to throw here on 2nd down. Quickly complete. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. Getting some heat. And the quarterback caught up 2 and sacked at the 12.
This offense is going to have to come up with a plan to block this guy. He is an absolute monster, and he showed you all his tools on that sack.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. He was hoping for a little more running room, but they're able to get him down at the 45. The Gators sending the offense back to work. Jesse, a very productive drive last time, wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance.
Going for the big play. Makes the grab, and he'll take it all the way. They couldn't bring him down. Touchdown, Gators! These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead.
Yeah, coming into the game, you look at the stats and you say top 10 offense in scoring, so they better be able to create what? Explosive plays. Another explosive plays. They've been doing it all year long. Those plays are backbreakers. Defenses just can't contain this offense.
Ready to try the point after. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
21, Western Kentucky, 0.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. The Hilltopper offense comes onto the field again. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some 1st downs. Get some positive momentum.
He'll do it himself. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. Couldn't get him blocked on that last one. Now it's 2nd and 14. He's looking to throw. Catch in the middle, it's Perkins. And they swarm him under.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy step. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too, but don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
And that's got to feel good if you're the offense, because 3rd down has been a bit of a problem all season long, but you love the way they're executing at this point, finding ways to keep the chains moving.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
Now on 2nd down. Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. On 2nd down, looking again to throw. Using the quick game. Couple of guys there to get him on the ground. That big pickup on what they call the drag route, but if you hit it on time, you can hit the turbo boosters.
You've got to be accurate on the throw too, Reese. Nice job by the QB there, putting it out in front of his receiver to make an easy catch and then advance it.
Nice move to stay on his feet. Really nice, patient job to find some running room by this junior.
And that is exactly why you stick to running the football. Haven't had a lot of success, but boom, you pop one, right? That's what you got to do. You cannot become one-dimensional and just throw the football every down. Love the offense, sticking to the run. Nice job getting the first down.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. He's looking to throw. Fires to the big fella. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker. They probably feel good about their field goal chances from the 29, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and short. Starts to scramble to the left. And he can't find a receiver, and down he goes.
Well, this offensive coordinator has to be scratching his head because he's trying to keep his quarterback protected. He's trying different things, sliding the offensive line, keeping tight ends and running backs in, chipping, going empty, and getting the ball out quickly, but it's not working. They're just losing the one-on-one battles up front, and in the second half looking forward, I don't know if they're going to be able to fix it.
1st and 10 from inside their own 5. You got to take care of the ball, but there is room to take a shot here. Using his legs, it's Webb. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
And he is brought down, but what a move he put on that first defender. That Gator ground game is lurking in the murky waters, and it has been most effective.
Yeah, and we've seen them in the past, man. When Florida's really cooking, they've got some good backs. They've got some good balance, but they've got some physicality, and that's what you want to see from this unit.
And he's brought down after a nice gain.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explorer.
Nothing but green ahead. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. You just got to get him to the ground quickly.
The Gators will snap it on 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Got his man quickly. Got some room, entered to the goal line. And he'll go out of bounds just short of the goal line, and they've got it right on the doorstep.
1st and goal, Florida.
We've come to the end of the quarter, and it's Florida on top. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the first period as we look at the stats. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Florida! Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 28-0. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Florida 28, Western Kentucky 0.
From inside the 10, here he comes. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Here comes the Western Kentucky offense back onto the field. They reached deep in the playbook, used almost all of them, it seemed, Jesse, and still ended up having to punt last time.
And I think on this next drive, David, you can go back to some of the stuff that worked that last drive, too. Find the things that you had success with. You just got to be able to build on it.
Yeah, and just break that extra tackle, you know, make that extra play, make the guy miss, put a drive together so you can finish with some points.
They'll try the run. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
I think the offensive coordinators over there going, thank goodness we don't play them every week. This defense has been suffocating. This offense got to find something moving forward that they can hang their hat on, some kind of identity. Today they were shut down, but listen, there's a game next week, right? Like, got to continue to find what it is that makes this team go, that makes them tick, that makes them get first downs and hopefully move the football.
And the Hilltoppers will try to pin them back with the punt. He's got great speed. He did a great job finding some running room on that return and was able to set up the offense with good field position. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing.
A shot toward the end zone, and it's caught! Touchdown, Gators!
Touchdown.
He can find the end zone. Now 60 career touchdown catches.
I mean, that is just silly that this guy is always finding ways to get in the end zone. Like, you know they want to take him away. He is the focal point. 60 touchdowns, you know they're going to throw it to him. Palmer keeps making plays.
And, David, throughout his career, we've seen defenses try everything to stop this guy. They've bracketed him, double coverage, man coverage, zone coverage. It doesn't matter. He's the ultimate weapon. 60 touchdown catches is so good.
Now they'll...
The kicker
is automatic.
Extra point.
The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. SMU is getting smoked today. This is an eye-opener. It's the type of game that can just demoralize a fan base. They're trailing by 14 to Virginia Tech. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Gentlemen?
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. can't hang on, and he'll tell you he really should have made that catch, and he had an opportunity right in the middle. It'll be second down. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Setting up the screen. On the move is the 30. He gets it past the first down marker, and a really nice job to set up that screen and move the sticks. The Hilltoppers come to the line with a new set of downs. Wants to throw on first down. And the defense gets to the quarterback.
And this defense doing what it does best. Get after the quarterback. That's their third of the day. They're number one in the nation at getting the quarterback on the ground. That's why they've had such a successful unit.
Good, solid tackle.
These are the ones in the stands where you get booed if it doesn't work. Why would you run the ball in second and long? You stink, OC. Or you get the big applause and you're like, yes, nice job. Keeping the manageable third down situation. Good call. So tough spot to be in second and long. Nice answer, nice run by the running back.
And the Hilltoppers will call on their punt team. Fourth time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. Perhaps feeling that coverage coming, signals for the fair catch and makes it at the 25. The Gators sending the offense back to work. Line gets set, first down. Looking for room, it's Webb. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up one. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A game for this one. They've circled this one all off-season, so they've...
Running toward the tape. And he was off to the races, and he gets it to the 45.
And you're seeing here the difficulties defenses have trying to contain this guy. If you leave a lane open or you don't sack him right away, you allow him to get outside the pocket, he is going to take off, and he is very difficult to tackle in the open field. He's got running back-like ability out in space.
Looking for a deep man. That throw might have been a little too hot. He couldn't haul it in inbounds.
You know the saying, no risk it, no biscuit. If you want big plays on offense, you've got to be able to take shots. They didn't hit that one, but moving ahead in the second half, expect this offense to keep dialing them up.
Looking to buy time. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Nice run there, picks up a few, and they'll force him out of bounds. Defense trying to come up with a stop on third and short from the 37. They'll try to get the first through the air. Makes the grab down the middle. And they do a really good job. Not as easy as it looks to get those blocks. And he picks up the first down. And the Gators are marching down the field. Looking to go up top on first down. Turns it loose. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. Quarterback tried to scramble around for a while, but the defense able to bring him down.
Well, obviously, at this point in the first half, the defense is finding themselves in a hole. You just get the feeling if they're going to get back in this, they're going to need more plays like that. They're going to need sacks. They're going to need turnovers. They're going to have to create negative plays to get themselves some momentum.
On third and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. He's going to take off.
You just feel like throughout the course of this game, this guy's just going to have to make plays like this, right? Things aren't always going to be perfect. Protection's not going to be ideal. You're going to have to play with some effort, make some scrambles, make some things happen when plays break down, and at least try to put your offense in good positions. Wasn't able to get the first down there, but now he makes this decision a little more interesting here on fourth.
The Gators will try to move the sticks on fourth down. A shot toward the end zone. And he's got it! Touchdown, Florida!
Touchdown.
You know, sometimes as a play caller, you just don't have to overthink things. I've got a guy who's faster than your guys, and he's just going to run straight down the field. I'm going to throw it way down the field. He's going to make the catch, and we're going to score a touchdown, and that's pretty much what just happened there.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown.
42. Western Kentucky, 0.
Here's the return from inside his 10. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. The Hilltopper offense comes onto the field again. These guys have taken some body blows in the first half, but now a chance to do something to feel a little better going into halftime.
Reese, they got to respond now. They got to put points on the board right here, cut into this deficit, create a little bit of momentum, because this one's going to get out of hand otherwise.
Yeah, there are a lot of offenses out there that might just say, okay, let's just regroup and figure it out. This offense doesn't have time to. Be aggressive. They've got to throw it downfield. They've got to score points.
Wants to throw on third down. Gets it out fast. And they finally haul him down, but not before the good catch and run. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. They keep attacking through the air. And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback. The Hilltoppers want to move quickly. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. On second down, he'll let it fly. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And that pass picked off. Going the other way, and he's got room. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
Well, I love the job by the coaching staff there defensively, matching the personnel of the offense, putting their dime package out.
He's going for a big play downfield. And they won't make the connection going for the big play. They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Connection to the right.
Well, this offense has come out slinging the pill. They are throwing it. They're trying to be aggressive. We're only in the second quarter, guys. Already, this guy has over 200 yards passing.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 35. Looking to move it through the air. Pressure coming. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half. On 2nd down, they'll take to the air. Complete to the left. Ripping through the defense and getting it all the way down to the 24-yard line. The Gators have it with a 1st and 10.
And with that pass right there, over 300 yards. That's a good day at the office. Being able to execute, doing a good job.
And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Gators!
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And the extra point is good. So they got the touchdown, now going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half.
Western Kentucky, 0.
From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Running back searching for a hole. He's there to make the stop.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
29, Western Kentucky, 0.
On the move from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Here comes the Western Kentucky offense back onto the field. What could go wrong did in the first half, and they start this third quarter at the bottom of the mountain.
Man, that was bad. That was a frying pan to the head. That was a TKO. It was awful in the first half. Flush it. I got to start doing something right. I got to find some positives. I get the ball first to start this possession, try to put a scoring drive together.
The only thing you can do at this point offensively is just make sure your best players are touching the football as often as possible. You recruited these guys, you got guys out of the portal, you put your faith in them to make plays. This is a time to go out and do it.
And now to try to put things in motion on 2nd and long from the 15. He's looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. Working the middle. A stay. Their way out to the 33, and it's first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Making sure they have good balance, keeping it on the ground. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11.
I gotta be honest, I am shocked at just how well the defense has played in this game, especially stopping the run. We talked about statistically how they've struggled this season. They have put the clamps down in this one, and they're just playing with a ton of intensity.
When you've already sent your punter out 4 times, at least he knows he's going to get his varsity letter, and his leg might get a bigger workout if they don't convert. Skips away from pressure. And he's going to be stopped just short of the first down. He tried to get it on his own. And the Hilltoppers will line up to punt it away. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. He'll get away another punt. He's been really active today, and no doubt he's going to earn his varsity letter. Makes a move. Wide open, and it's a foot race. He'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Florida! He did that one all by himself. Make a few guys miss, turn on the afterburners, and boom, everybody's toast.
And that's why you got him back deep, because that guy can do that. You got to be explosive and quick and have good vision, and you see all those things on one punt return. Takes it back to the house, makes people miss, turning on the gas. Great job, great return.
And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. So his big play capability was on full display in that one as he took that punt back for the touchdown. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. The Hilltopper offense comes onto the field again. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
Well, that's one the DB, I think, would like to have back. Out route, he was in man coverage. If he could have just got out of his break a little bit sooner, he might have had a chance to intercept that one and take it to the house.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Man, it's been a surprise today for this offense. Like, coming into the game, we all talked about it. We thought they'd be able to run against this defense that's been run on a lot, and this offense just can't get the running game going. It'll be interesting to see what they do.
And it's a fumble after that huge gain. Oh, it looks as if the defense got it. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own. Guys, this offense coming back out onto the field. Give to the running back. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
They'll give it to the back. Crosses the 30. He's got away. Touchdown, Gators! And the stomping has commenced.
And to have a rushing touchdown of that type of yardage, you've got to be able to make something miss. It's one thing to get into the second level, but can you make that last defender miss? And you saw it on that play. Once he was in the clear with his speed, he was gone.
Western Kentucky, 0.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Here comes the Western Kentucky offense back onto the field. And after that last turnover, David, prime example, sometimes the harder you try, the worse it gets.
And it just puts you behind the 8 ball. I mean, this offense has to do something, put it together. You got a deficit, Palmer, you need some mojo. Something needs to go your way.
At this point of the game, they've got to score touchdowns every time they have possession.
The inside handoff. It continues to be a long day as they are just swarming every time he gets the ball.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. On second down, just keeps firing. Receiver looks it in, it's complete. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. They'll try to move the chains on 3rd and short from the 25. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the first down. The Hilltoppers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Red pass, it's complete. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down.
So difficult because my eyes tell me as a defensive guy, he's handing it off. The offensive line's block and run. I got to go get it. Quarterback pulls it, throws it to the right. It's kind of like that hidden hat game. Like, where's the ball? I'm always trying to find that daggone thing.
Still running at the 40. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. This offense hasn't found the end zone yet. Starting to move, it's 1st and 10. Quick completion to the right. The 10! And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Toppers!
And these slants are so hard to defend when the ball's thrown like that. The receiver catches it, and he's catching it going so fast, and you can tell the defense couldn't quite get the right angles, and he does the rest, uses his speed, gets all the way to the end zone.
Western Kentucky,
On the run from inside his own 5. Strikes the blow. And he won't quite make it back to the 20-yard line as he goes out of bounds at the 19. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They'll throw it on 1st down. Still looking, on the move. He's got an open man. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
He'll come out throwing on 1st down. Gonna take a shot. Touchdown, Florida! And the pummeling has started.
And this receiver is on fire. He's got all the skills that you look for in a big-time target. That's already his 2nd touchdown of the game.
And he makes the extra point. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
Western Kentucky, 7.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Hilltopper offense comes onto the field again. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it up here?
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do. Once you get settled and you realize what's going on, now I'm comfortable with it. Jesse, this offense looked comfortable on its last drive.
They sure did. It looked like they started to find some momentum. So now it's on this defense to stop that, all right? You're a little bit upset based on what just happened the previous drive. You've got to bow up again and go back to what was working earlier in this game.
On the option. Now the toss. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And yeah, that's kind of surprising. We talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season. But this offense just can't find a way to get it going. And I'm surprised, but now what's your counterpunch? How are you going to get the ground game going? Because so far, not a lot of success.
Well, they finally stop him, but he found some running room on that return and really helps out his offense to start this drive. Trying to find his man on first down. Fires to the middle. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down.
I feel like this guy's having one of those games. It happens maybe once in your life. He's just been open everywhere on the field. He's been lighting up the scoreboard. He's turning these defenders around. They just simply can't cover him.
It's now 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. Pulls and throws off the RPO. Touchdown Gators! And the route is on. If this dude were a kitchen knife, he would be slicing tomatoes so thin your in-laws would never come back to your house.
Well, that'd be a good thing. I don't know if I want my in-laws to come back anyways, but he's been on fire. He's been absolutely torching this defense. They've had absolutely no answers for him.
Western Kentucky, 7.
Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Here comes the Western Kentucky offense back onto the field. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really quickly. They need to put something together here.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this drive.
They run the reverse. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
This has got to be disappointing if you're the offense, guys. You were expecting to have a lot of success running the ball, especially against this defense, which has struggled so much this season, but just nothing doing. They have not been good enough in the trenches so far.
And when you're a quarterback, man, I know wide receivers are great athletes and they're supposed to catch everything that gets near them, but when you don't put it right on the center, when they're running a lot of times, it just makes it a little bit more difficult. And I think he did that a little bit too much for his wide receiver right there.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Tipped at the line, and it's intercepted. Touchdown, Florida! What a great play by the defense and paying it off with the interception return.
You always hear the old saying, tips lead to picks. Quarterbacks have got to be careful. You've got to be so accurate with the ball. If you're not, and a defender tips that thing up into the air, bad things generally happen. Pick 6. Doesn't get much worse than that.
PAT unit on the field. And with the extra point, the lead is even bigger. They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick 6. And he takes this from inside the 5. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the 4th quarter. We've come to the end of the quarter, and it's Florida on top. And they are starting to pull away as we come to the end of the 3rd quarter. Let's take a look at how we got here. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive 4th quarter comeback. First down to start the drive after the break. They'll start this drive with a pass. Flips it out to the back. Nowhere to go, and the ball's loose. The offense somehow fell on it, and they'll retain possession.
Man, what a break. Great job falling on the football. Great job having some awareness. The running back coughed it up, but teammates there to pick him up, fall on the football. Listen, it's lucky, but it's a good job by the offense.
And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching.
And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes. A big play for the defense with the first down sack. Now, advantage D as the offense comes up on second down. He's looking to throw. Unloads to the right. And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands. Third down conversion's always a huge stat, and they've got a 3rd and long from the 27. Throws to the wideout. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. And the Hilltoppers will punt it away on 4th down. Great contact on that ball as it just hangs up in the sky. And the returner goes down. The Gators sending the offense back to work. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out everybody right now on the same page.
All the way down to the 25-yard line. It's 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Looking to the big tight end. Grabbed in the middle. It's Whitaker. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7. The offense threatening. Close to the end zone now with a new set of downs. Looking for the score. Touchdown, Gators! And the beatdown has ensued. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Army is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. This program has picked itself up off the canvas before, and it's capable of it again today. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Temple.
Get it out on the screen.
We'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Looking to pass on 2nd down. Got the quick pass. And his molars are probably rattling after that big hit, but he did get the 1st down. From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Unloads to the wideout. Got him downfield. And he was on. Gets it all the way to the 38. The Hilltoppers will have it 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Got rid of it just in time. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Maybe a little frustrated after that last incompletion. It's 2nd and 10 from the 38. Pocket starts to collapse. And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45.
It's pretty obvious. This defense came into this one knowing they were going to have to play a complete game until there were zeros on the clock, especially against this quarterback. You cannot take your foot off the gas, and that's exactly what they're doing here. Late in the fourth quarter, they're still bringing it, and they get another sack.
And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. And the Hilltoppers decide to punt it away.
Number 17 in punt formation to kick it away.
And he tried to pin him deep with that punt. Instead, it goes into the end zone. It'll come out to the 20. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Smart move to keep it on the ground. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
I love this linebacker because he's able to dissect what's happening in front of him, and he reacts downhill, uses his speed to get to the line of scrimmage and create the negative play.
Backing up on the first two plays, now to try to throw it in drive on third down. The sweet feet buy a little time. Going to try to get it himself. At the 35, he's got room. And this is why a mobile quarterback is a defensive coordinator's worst nightmare. He has just been running wild all day.
This guy just gives you nightmares. I mean, he's just got so much electricity. He just pulls it down and chews up yards like it's nothing. That's a quarterback doing that to your defense.
He's going to throw deep right side. Got it inside the 10. And they're going to score again, yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
And with that touchdown, man, you're getting excited. As a fan base, you're about to go to 3-0. Like, a lot of things could go wrong to start a season. Everything gone right. That's a great sign for this squad. They got it rolling. Can they keep that momentum, keep climbing up the rankings, and who knows what happens at the end of the year.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. The Hilltopper offense comes onto the field again. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter out there. This offense needs to get...
Hit the afterburners, kid. Good run on the play, and he slides to avoid the hit.
It's just so hard to stop. There is no rhyme. There is no reason. He just scrambles around, makes people miss, and then next thing you know, you look up and he's 20, 30 yards down the field, and there's nothing...
And he can't escape, and down he goes.
And I tell you what, this defense, they've heard all about how great this quarterback is. They came in today with a mission, with a purpose. They've been flying around, harassing him, and making life so hard on this offense.
That's the last thing you want as an offense, a negative play, a sack on first down. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to fight another play. It'll take some work to get to the sticks. It's 3rd and long from the 30. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And that's got to feel good, and that's a play this young man is never going to forget. His first interception of the season. Great job reading the QB's eyes and getting to the football.
The Gators sending the offense back to work. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today too, David. They had a really good game plan coming into this one, and they went out and they executed at a very high level.
Yeah, lights out, and this game's over. I'm interested to see the philosophy now. Do we keep chucking the pill and keep trying to score points? Because it's the defense's responsibility to stop them, or do they just run this clock and say, all right, we did enough today. We kicked them in the face.
Trying to make magic with his feet. What a nifty run there to pick up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. And that's a very productive first down play in bringing up 2nd and 3.
At the 23. Brings up 2nd down.
Caught in the backfield, it's Whitaker. Touchdown, Florida! And the punishment has been extended. They tack a little more onto this lead, and they're on their way to a 3-0 start.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me, or I should get conserved, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with that extra point, the lead remains in the gargantuan category. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish it off with a touchdown toss from the 23. On the move from inside his 5. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. Here comes the Western Kentucky offense back onto the field. Not a lot to feel great about in this one, Jesse, but I'm sure they'll try to seek out some positives.
Well, this might be an opportunity, too, Reese, to go back when they watch this game and just find the plays and the schemes that were working. There weren't a lot, obviously, David, but maybe an opportunity for the coaching staff to condense the playbook a little.
I was going to say, there's not a lot of good to go back to. That'd be a quick film session because there was more negatives than positives. But when you look at this week you've got a week to figure it out, figure out what your offense is going to be moving forward.
A deep throw as the clock winds down. Another interception. That's his 4th of the day. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Heat up them pass rushers, bring in them DBs. That's what I'm doing in this situation. When I got the lead by a couple scores late in the ball game, in the 4th quarter, I'm going to rush the passer like crazy. I'm going to put all those DBs back playing the pass. That's what happened. Great job understanding they're going to have to take shots. We get the interception. This one's almost over.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Going over the top. Falls incomplete, and that'll do it from here. Just complete and utter dominance in this one. Outplayed their opponent and took care of business.
Yeah, total domination in all 3 phases of the game. Offense, defense, and special teams. This team came ready to play, and man, it was pedal to the metal right from the opening kickoff.
And that's how you like it. Forget the close games, forget the heartbreakers, this play could decide it. Just frying pan, meat face, ball game over.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.